YouTube, it's Annabelle. I just wanted to do a vlog on my pregnancy journey with my baby number one. Well, to start off, my beginning weight was 160 pounds, and that is overweight for what my height is. I usually weigh about like 150, which is still a little bit overweight for my height. But with all the stress and everything that happened before we got pregnant, I wasn't really taking really good care of myself. So I was very stressed out with our miscarriage and all that stuff. So my beginning weight when we got pregnant with our daughter was 160 pounds. My waist was 36 inches around. We had planned this pregnancy, so it wasn't a surprise or anything. And we decided to have the gender be a surprise. And I talked about that in an early video, so I won't go into any of that stuff. But I wanted to kind of take you through our pregnancy journey. Now, this will probably be a couple of parts because there's a lot of stuff. Our first doctor's appointment was at the beginning of July in 2010. We were 11 weeks along. We got to hear the heartbeat, and they did an internal exam. And by that point, I was at 177 pounds. Our second appointment was at the end of July when we were 15 weeks along, and the heartbeat was 156 beats per minute. I lost a half of a pound. They figured out my blood type, and they also found out that I was rubella not immune. So that just meant that I would need to get the rubella vaccine after I had given birth. Our third appointment was at the end of August. We were 19 weeks along. The beats per minute were 156, and my weight had stayed the same for that appointment, and our doctor said that everything looked great. And I'm reading off of my pregnancy journal notes that I had made, and I'm just giving you a brief little thing of what happened at each appointment. After our third appointment, I felt the baby move for sure. It was a couple of weeks before that I was feeling stuff, but since it was my first time that I had felt anything like that, I didn't know if that was the baby or not, but it was confirmed that it was the baby moving at that point. We had our ultrasound at the end of August, and our ultrasound tech said that everything looked perfect. So it was so amazing to be able to see the baby for the first time and watch it move and watch how they did everything with the ultrasound. It was absolutely amazing. My fourth appointment was at the end of September. We were 23 weeks along, and they went over the ultrasound notes and everything with us, and they said that we had low amniotic fluid, but that there was no cause for concern at all, that the problem usually resolves itself by the end of your pregnancy. My belly measured 25 weeks, and our daughter's heart rate was 152, and she kept moving like the whole time. So they had to like restart the counts like 4 times. And my weight went up to 180 pounds. And they decided that after the ultrasound, that they were going to keep our due date as January 20th of 2011. Our fifth appointment was at the end of October, and we were 27 weeks along, and her heart rate was 140 beats per minute. She was measuring 29 weeks, so it was 2 weeks ahead that time. I gained 5 pounds that month, and they set up my OB screening and my RhoGAM shot, and I'll do a video on the RhoGAM shot later. But at that appointment, the doctor predicted that we were having a boy. He was wrong, but he predicted that we were having a boy. I had my OB screen and my RhoGAM shot that next week, so we were 28 weeks along. Everything came out good. My blood sugar was 112 after that test, and they said that it just needed to be under 140. So we were really, really good. And the RhoGAM shot that I got hurt so bad. Like, it hurt, oh my gosh. Like, I've had shots in my hip before, and they did not hurt as bad as this RhoGAM shot did. Oh my gosh, it was so painful. It was just, like, absolutely, like, horrible. They refrigerate the shot, so that's part of why it hurt. That's what the nurse said. But I jumped when they put it in. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. But yeah, I'm going to go on to a part 2, so I will be right back.